Options trading is going to be one of the few ways to grow your portfolio next year because pretty much everybody on Wall Street expects there to be a recession next year, which likely means that stocks are going to be coming down. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving you 5 tips on how to grow your account using options trading both in 2023 and beyond. The first tip that I've got for you is to learn the basics. If you're brand new to options trading, this means how do you set up an options trading account? How do I apply for an options trading account? How do I need to answer the questions for the application? And then the next step is going to be to apply for level 2 and level 3 options trading. So figure out what is level 2 options trading versus what is level 3 options trading. Level 3 is spread options, which allows you to trade pretty much any market, whereas level 2, you can only bet on the stock market going up or going down. You can't trade it going flat like you can with level 3. And all of these are super Googleable questions, but I will be making some videos on how to get started with options trading, taking you how to answer the questionnaire to apply for an options trading account, and explaining level 2, level 3, and level 4 options trading to you. But once you get in the door for options trading, once you have the approval to start trading options with your brokerage, then you need to learn what is the difference between a call and a put. So a call option means that you think the stock will go up, and a put option means that you think the stock will go down if you're buying these, but you can also sell these options if you have level 2 options trading. So you also need to learn what it means to sell a call option and what it means to sell a put option. And what is the difference between selling an option to open it and buying the same option? And there's 1,000,001 resources out there to learn about these different strategies that I'm giving you, including Investopedia is one of my favorite sources. Investing.com is another great resource. Here on YouTube, there's a lot of content makers, including myself. And shameless plug here, over on my premium Discord. Small price to pay for what I offer with question and answers, with trade alerts, with the spreadsheet that I have available to track your options trading in order to improve your trading. It's super useful and only $30 a month. And going on this point, from these online resources, you don't need a traditional education in order to get started with options trading. Personally, I was actually self-taught, so I learned the same way that y'all are learning through these YouTube videos and through the online resources that I just gave you. And really, it all boils down to actually putting in the time and putting in the practice to get better at options trading. If you watch all these different YouTube videos and read all about options trading on the internet, but then you don't actually trade, you're not going to learn anything. You learn from experience. And I've been trading options for 3 years now, and I still have a lot to learn. I can recognize that. We're all learning every single day, and we should continue to learn about options trading in order to improve what is a skill, and that skill being options. And in order to continue to improve and learn, you have to keep your head above water. If you run out of money, then you can't trade anymore, and you can't continue to learn about options trading. So keeping your head above water means that you shouldn't be running out of cash. You shouldn't be using all of your buying power up. You should hold some of your buying power. That way you can open more trades. And personally, I love to keep a lot of buying power on the side. Right now, I have $20,000 of cash in my $30,000 portfolio. So 60% of my account is buying power. That way I have plenty of powder in order to open new trades, and I'm not going to run out of money anytime soon. And having this super high buying power versus when I had very low buying power, just like $1,000 left when I'm trading $10,000 in options, has also helped to alleviate a lot of my stress around trading. Whenever I would get very low on buying power, I would be pressed on which option should I be opening, and now I can open any of the options that I want. But obviously, I'm not just going to go and throw darts at a dartboard. I'm going to choose options that are actually worth opening. So keep a high cash balance to keep your head above water. And another way to keep your head above water is going to be to avoid using margin. And the reason for this is because margin rates are going up with the Fed raising interest rates. So that means that you're going to be paying more for the margin debt that you're taking on. And if a couple of trades go south on you, then that margin is going to add up to where you owe the banks more than when you first open the options. And this can be a very vicious cycle to where you end up getting margin called to where you owe your brokerage money. And unless you give them that payment, they're probably going to block you from trading, probably for around 90 days or so. So, key tips here whenever it comes to keeping your head above water: keep a high cash balance, avoid margin, and keep adding money to your account. That's probably one of the best things that's helped me in my options trading, is continuously adding money to my options trading account. I started this account with just $3,000 back in March of 2020. And since then, I built my portfolio to over $70,000. And the main source of this money has been my income. I made around $8,000 in options trading, so about $60,000 of my $70,000 portfolio has come from my own income. So you need to add your income to your options trading account if you can afford to, obviously, and you need to get your money up. I used to be a broke ass college student who was making like $12 an hour, but now I trade options and I'm a YouTuber and I'm making around $4,000 or $5,000 a month, versus I used to only make around maybe $1,500 a month. So I've grown my income and I can use that extra income that I'm making to put into my options trading account. That way I have more buying power, like we talked about earlier, which allows me to open more trades and more quality trades to make more profits. The more money that I have in my options trading account, the more profits I can make, because I'm usually averaging about 4 to 5% a month. So right now I have about $10,000 that I'm using to trade options. So I'm making about $400 to $500 a month. But once I up that to say $2,500, then I'll be making maybe like $1,200 to $1,500 a month. And as I grow my options account to maybe $100,000, then obviously I'd be making around $4,000 to $5,000 a month. I don't know if I'll ever have the cojones to reach the $100,000 mark for my options trading account, but it's a nice dream. And if you want to actually keep the money that you're putting into your account, then you need to diversify. You don't want to YOLO all of your money into Tesla Leaps options like I did a couple of years ago. So I ended up buying a call debit spread, assuming that Tesla would go up 10% because of their battery day. And I ended up losing $12,000 the very next day, which was about 30% of my entire portfolio. I was only worth maybe $30,000 at that point. And I watched a third of my net worth that I had built up over, a course of 6 to 12 months evaporate in a single day. So you need to diversify. You don't want to put all of your eggs into one basket like I did with Tesla. Now I only keep my options positions to maybe 5% of my total options trading account. So like anywhere between $300 per options trade to maybe up to $1,000 at most. So I'm not risking the same 30% that I was for this Tesla option that I lost so much money on. So I keep my trade sizes to maybe 5% of my account. You can adjust this per your risk tolerance, but keep them small, and you can use this to diversify into more trades, but you don't want to overdo it. You want to focus on quality of trades instead of quantity of trades. So you don't want to have 10 different SPY spread options open on the same day, because then you're going to be scrambling on which one do I need to close. So I usually keep between 2 to like 5 options at most open at a single time. And if I go above 5, then I start to lose my mind. I don't know which trade I should be closing. So keep your options position small, and also only have a few options open at a time. And another important key to diversifying is actually diversifying the strategies that you use as well, not just the stocks that you're opening. You also want to keep a mix of different strategies. And this is where level 3 options trading can really come in handy, because there's so many different ways to trade with level 3 options trading versus level 2, just buying and selling calls or puts. With level 3 options trading, you can bet on stocks going flat instead of going up or going down with a call option. So I find level 3 options trading a lot more useful. So get yourself up to level 3 options trading so you have more options available to you to trade, and learn how spread options work. That way you can diversify into different strategies, which will help you to make more money in the end. The The more diversified that you are, the more likely that some of your trades are going to work out. But again, we don't want to overdo it. And the thing about option strategies is a strategy that worked for you last year might not work for you this year. Like if you were buying leaps in 2022, chances are you were losing money. Even if you bought put leaps options over the last few months, the stock market has traded pretty much flat. So those put leaps options wouldn't have made you much money at all. But in 2020 and 2021, call leaps options would have made you a crap ton of money. So you have to be able to adjust your strategies and figure out what strategy is best for what market. And the markets are changing all the time. They literally change on a day-to-day basis. So a strategy that works one day might not work for the next day. And on a longer time frame of like years, this definitely isn't the case. So you need to learn about different strategies in order to diversify your account a little bit more. And this is going to take you from a beginner trader to an intermediate trader. And in order to become an advanced trader, you need to learn how the markets work. How do they trade on different news? How does the stock market react to incoming data? How does the stock market react to technical analysis? And how does the stock market react to fundamentals? So like price to earnings, price to sales, cash flows, things like that. So you need to learn every little piece of the market, and you're going to get better at one of these than the other if you practice it more. For me, I'm very good at macroeconomics and looking at data and how that's going to affect the stock market, but I'm less so versed in technical analysis and identifying trends. So that's something that I need to continue to learn. And the thing is, technical analysis and stock market news can only last for so long. It's going to alternate between technical analysis based trading and news or database trading from time to time. So if you're buying a call option based on technical analysis, but then some new data ends up coming out, then your technical analysis is going to be useless because now the market sentiment has shifted because of the new incoming data. So you have to learn when to flip back and forth between technical analysis, news, data, and fundamentals. And you need to understand all of these in order to become an advanced trader and in order to grow your account for the long term. So always stay learning. Trading is a lifelong science experiment. You need to keep improving and refining your strategies. Start with the basics. If you're brand new to options trading, keep your head above water with a high cash balance, a lot of buying power, and avoiding margin. Don't YOLO your life savings into Tesla calls like I did, and try to keep up with the market and learn new ways of how the markets function. And that's all the tips that I've got for you today on how to grow your account for 2023 and beyond. Thanks for making it all the way to the end of this video, and thank you to all my patrons for their support. And as always, remember to stay positive, stay green. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.